HarperCollins presents A Curious Boy, The Making of a Scientist by Richard Fortey. Read by Mike Grady. Chapter 1. The Trout. On the wall of my study, a trout in a glass case is facing upstream. Its mouth is slightly agape as it gulps the clear, pure water of the chalk river in which it lived. The fish is not swimming. Rather, it is perfectly maintaining its position in a busy current. In life, its fins and tail swished gently to keep it exactly where it wanted to remain, alert for the small prey that nourished it to such generous proportions. Its skin glistens not in the blatant fashion of the crudely stuffed fishes that decorate some waterside pubs along the River Thames, but sleek and subtle, a slick and a lick of varnish just enough to suggest the slippery sides of the living animal, but not so much as to point up its artificial afterlife. It is a brown trout, a wild fish, its upper flanks broadly dotted as if by a leisurely crayon, belly silvery white and tessellated with hundreds of fine scales. Nor does it hang all by itself. The preparator has carefully placed model riverweed beneath the fish, not just plonked down, but rather drawn out as if played like hair in a current. The direction of the weed points up the rush of the water and reinforces the convincing response of the fish to its ambient flow. This is a carefully curated specimen. The front of the glass case is gently bowed outwards and framed by a thin line of gold leaf. At the bottom of the frame, also picked out in gold, trout 4 pound 13 ounces, caught by F.A. Fortey, 13th May, 1947, River Gade. Not long after the Second World War, my father caught this fish from the transparent waters of a stream running through the Chiltern Hills, northwest of London. I was a 1-year-old baby at the time. The trout became an heirloom, taken for granted for half a century. It may have hung in one of my father's 2 fishing tackle shops as an encouragement, more likely a challenge, to aspiring anglers. The time came when I inherited it, and it became part of the paraphernalia that moves with your family from house to house. On one of these changes of address, the removal man was carrying the fish to the truck, when he suddenly stopped in his tracks, gawped, and exclaimed, "Blimey, it's a cooper." I had no idea what a cooper was. "In your fish world," said the removal man gravely, "a cooper is like a Stradivarius." He was something of a connoisseur. Now that it had been identified, I discovered a discreet little label at the back of the case, "Preserved by J. Cooper and Sons, 78 Bath Road, Hounslow." No commonplace stuffing for a Cooper and Sons fish. What you got instead was preservation. These artists preserved the consummate moments of a fisherman's career. I noticed for the first time the subtleties of taxidermy that lifted this fish from the merely stuffed. That trout must have been an exceptional catch. There is no brownie nearly as substantial swimming in the River Gade in the 21st century. Water extraction for thirsty Watford and insatiable London has much reduced the flow of such spring-fed rivers originating from the chalk of the Chiltern Hills. The Watford piscators have not been able to find the equal of my father's fish in their records, so when he caught it, I suspect it was a record-breaker. It was worth immortalizing by commissioning the Coopers to work their magic, even when money must have been short. In the 1940s, after the global conflict, petrol was expensive and rationed, so a short expedition to the river in motorbike and sidecar from the flat in West London was not to be taken lightly. The Strad of the trout firmament remains a serious item, a treasure. When I was growing up, trout were important. I spent a lot of time watching them. The River Lambourne runs south-eastwards from the famous small racing town bearing the same name, perched high on the chalk in southern England. The bare downs around the town are lined
Sample complete. Ready to continue?